Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, we're right here 100% live, as always, on YouTube Live. And in case you're not catching us on YouTube Live, of course, we're here on the Planet X Network on Roku and Fire TV. And speaking of Roku and Fire TV, my man Jeff Perini from the Yo Show, fellow Planet X Network show, of course, joining me again here on the Happy Hour podcast. We don't really do a lot of Mondays, which Monday, I just came off a vacation. So, it's always weird booking my vacation, like around stuff like that. So, it's always interesting to see, with that and, all that good stuff. So, and I'm kind of messing around with it. Like Jeff, of course, as I said, like for those of you that have feed questions, I do have it on my TV so I can see it a lot easier. But how do I pull up the actual like feed on the TV, like of seeing like the questions or whatever and all that? Like,
yeah. The only snag is I go. Oh, you're right. No, I go through YouTube. Yeah. But I also keep it on my laptop. That's how I can see the questions. Okay. Oh, I got you. So I got a dual laptop. I got one of them going here.
Gotcha. So of course, shout out Jason, Real Sharks, of course, Real Sharks joining us. So real quick, before I get into vacation stuff, I want to jump into something. And it was kind of bothering me throughout the week. So of course,
is this what I know about?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to play a clip later. Of course, shout out to Real Shark, shout out to Planet X Network. They're doing something fantastic that they're going to have exclusive to the network. It's called Super Pod Friends, in which they take my show. If you're cool with it, I'm not sure if Rob's talked to you yet, but they'll take your show. Of course, they do Digging the Dome, a handful of other shows. Real Sharks themselves.
I dig the Dome at least once a week.
Yeah, and they take the old Super Friends show, which is a free use show, so there's no copyrights involved with it, and they take our content and put them under Batman and Superman and all that stuff. So I started posting them online to, get a little bit of a vibe behind them. People love them. They're hilarious. He always puts me as Batman.
I was crying, bro. Crying.
Yeah. So there was one that we posted, and you'll see it next week here on the show. You're going to see the first one tonight. That's the second one. You'll see that on next Monday's episode. But I posted it, and it was with our sound file with Ariel Demure. And I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but there was this jackass that got all upset about it. And he was just kind of like, well, that person sounds kind of, masculine. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like literally, like that was kind of my on Instagram, like, I don't give a fuck. And then,
Phil, it was a female character that he said that amount. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so, and I mean, that's the thing. And I was like, well, I don't care. And then they were like, well, how do you think the other actresses will feel that, somebody, that's like that is, playing their voice or whatever and all that stuff. And I couldn't help but to notice that when they commented, and, I have met some stupid ass fucking people in my life, but they commented from their company page. And I was just kind of like, bro, you're like being transphobic on Instagram from your business. Like, and I was like, I could literally send this to millions of people and have them be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to do that. And then he was like, oh, well, blah, I sent you another message. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. And like, he private messaged me like, I'll sue you. Blah, blah. I'm like, you know how many people on fucking TikTok expose racists and expose people like that? Like and it's like, and if that's the case, bro, I'm not going to mention names or anything like that. But if he were to do that, I don't have anything. So have fun. Have fun.
Right.
I don't have anything. And in the
Come get me.
They would end up losing more than what I would ever lose. So, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, there's people like that out there. That's like a fun thing like that, which is hilarious. And I was just what blew me away was I was like, you do know this is a cartoon, right? This isn't real. Like, it could have been me voicing Wonder Woman. I mean, hell, one of our Halloween shirts, one of our most popular shirts, is a spoof of Return of the Living Dead. So on that poster, there's a female zombie. And I was like, well, who? So I put myself as the female zombie. I was like, I'm not going to, just randomly select one of the other people I made because it was hilarious. I was like, you have the face of the show as the female zombie or whatever, but all that. But yeah, so there's no place for that. Like, Jeff, you have been on at least 2 episodes where we have had trans performers and all that stuff on the show. And we treat them like regular people. Like, oh, we come on the show. I don't care. You're black, white, whatever you are. You're coming on the show and we're having a fucking great time. And that's the way this shit works.
Amen.
Here on podcast right here on the Planet X Network on Roku and Fire TV. If you don't like it, there's the door. I don't give a shit. We're all coming here for a wild, wild ride, and that's just the way.
I got to tell you, you had the one time, and I ended up missing the episode. Something happened, but I couldn't even tell. I think I said to you, I said, you got a cute guest on tonight, and then you're like, bro.
But I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I always tell people, I'm like, hey, come on to the show, research it first, know what you're getting yourselves into before you come on to the show. So, and it's like, I don't care either way. Like, either way, we're running the same show. And how it works. Like last week's episode, our guest couldn't make it. So it was me, you, and Rob.
Oh,
and
that was a great time too.
It was absolute chaos. If you haven't seen it, once this episode concludes, it's getting ready to meet its final night on Roku TV / Planet X Network. Because this episode will take its spot tomorrow. So there's also 3 other episodes up, which is episode 14 with Luke Trembeth, the Dingo. There's episode 15 with Alex Cole, which was the first appearance she had out of 2 on the show. And then also our fully fermented Redux episode, which me and Matt talk about terrible skateboarding injuries and all that fun stuff. And then I show our old vintage happy hour TV footage from 2010, where we featured Buse Skate Shop and pro skater Ryan Boblet. So make sure to go check that out. It's all available. Right now it's available till next Sunday. And of course, tonight's episode will be available until next Tuesday, once the other episode comes through. And of course, we're getting ready to head in to spooky season next Monday. Kicks off the happy hour podcast tradition. Now, I have 2 urban legends in mind. We went through a bunch of them last year. I know I did the Snallygaster. I did the Snallygaster last year, which was a Maryland legend. I did the Witch's Grave. I did a few other things. I know there were 2 that I didn't get to, and that was the DC tiger. Like, it was some sort of like tiger cat, like ghost, like tiger cat, which we're gonna do. And then also the Flickerer, also known as the Ilchester Molester. The Flickerer / the Ilchester Molester, which is a crazy urban legend. So we will be getting into those all throughout. And then also we are going to have the return of Smash or Dash, which we haven't done in a long time, in which we're going to compile about 15, 16 photos of really grotesque horror villains. And we're going to have our guests tell us whether or not they're going to smash them or they're going to dash them. And then at the end of Halloween, we're going to know who is the most smashable of the grotesque.
You're talking smash?
No, like sex, Jeff.
Right, I meant smash. That's like, yeah.
You're like,
I was doing the sideways. I wasn't doing smash. I'm doing like smash, like hit it. Nah, bro. Philly's a lot different than Maryland. That's it. And that's all kind of shit.
Of course, Ashlyn Sparks is our featured guest tonight. She should be joining us soon. Normally we always start around 7:30. She was advertised for 8 through her rep. So you know how it works. If she doesn't join us, it's just me and you tonight. So but that's just the way it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into our featured beer, which is the last night for this featured beer, because next Monday we'll unveil a new featured beer. Ooh. So this is Honey Brown by Genesee. So make sure you go out, pick some Honey Brown by Genesee. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into our featured shot, which of course.
Wait, did we say that last week? It's not the same Genesee, right? It sounds like you're saying Genesee.
I think it is Genesee or Genesee or something like that. It's
I'm thinking
G-E-S-E-E. So I say it like Tennessee. Like, I don't know.
But I think Rob said that last time, like Genesee Cream Ale was from like the 70s. So I don't think it's the same company.
No, actually it says on the bottle, America's oldest brewery.
Wow.
Actually, no, that's Yingling, but it does say on here, when you look it up, it says on here and how like it's an older brewery. It doesn't say it here. Oh no, since 1878. 1878. Genesee Brewery.
I gotta play Google while you hit your shot because I forgot my bottle of Fireball, dude. Went to the store, had it, and I walked away without it.
And of course, our featured shot, which is none other than the one, the only Old Smoky Salty.
Oh, no Fireball. Okay.
So we still have that rocking and rolling. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh man. And of course, so we're coming at you on Monday night. I was on vacation. September, I was going on vacation. So it's weird because we double up a lot, all that stuff. September normally is more of a slow month for us. It's me and my wife's anniversary / my wife's birthday all in 1 week. So I don't really do a lot of show stuff. Like I don't even really promote as much, which I kind of did a little bit when we got time here. But we went to Frostburg down here in Maryland. We saw it on the way to Annapolis or our way to Deep Creek. And when we were heading up there, it was weird because it was one of those towns where we got there and everything was closed on Monday and Tuesday. Like they had
we get that around here a lot.
Yeah, they had this really cool like toy store, but it was closed on like Monday and Tuesday. And we're just kind of like, well, what the hell? So we got there and there were a little bit of things to do. Of course, my wife, she likes to read. She loves to buy books. So we went to a bookstore and that was pretty much it. So we're just kind of like, all right, well, fuck. We're in Frostburg and there's nothing to do. So at least we were able to, drive up, do a little bit of that. And then actually when we were out there, we ate at, I'm not sure if you've ever eaten at a BJ's. It's like BJ's, it's like BJ's restaurant or something like that. I think BJ's Bistro or something like that.
I've had them, but I've never eaten them.
So we ate there and then we went to York, PA.
I love York, PA.
To a bookstore up there, just went up there. Dude, I did not realize the crackhead population up there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it depends on what part of York. There's a nice part up by Red Lion, and then there's crackheads.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we were down, like, in, like, downtown, like, old school kind of, like, York. Like, right there, like, and we're just looking around, and, like, people are just, like, looking around, scratching each other, and I'm just kind of like, this is, like, Baltimore, but without the murder. Like, there's no murder here. And I'm highly fucking confused on why there is none.
Do yourself a favor, dude. It's very funny. So you've heard of the band Live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they got a song called Shit Town. Play it sometime, learn the lyrics, because they're from York, and it's about York being an absolute shit town. It's freaking great. Like, they don't pay homage. They're like, yeah, our town sucks. And they say it in concert, like, don't go there unless you like peppermint patties and Harley Davidsons.
And Ashlyn Sparks, she's actually commented in the live feed. She said, hello, I'm waiting on my drink and I will be ready. Also, I hope she has a butler because like when she's drink, like I hope like she just does this thing where she's like, bring me my beverage. And she comes over and like this guy just brings over a tray. And,
I want to see a bitch on a leash.
Yeah, like she just tugs a leash wearing like one of those like masks with like a gag ball in his like mouth. And it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like this is like what was it? What the hell was it? The dude in the gimp suit. It's gimp suit.
Oh, it is gimp suit guy.
Just shows up and he's fucking serving her drinks or whatever and all that.
I wouldn't drink it.
That video last week, man, let me fucking tell you, like that was insane. Like just imagine emerging on that in a park. Like you're just sitting there walking with your girl and then all of a sudden gimp suit guys.
Oh my god, dude.
Like what
I can't. That's like hurting my sides, that thing. They're like haunting me all night long.
Yeah.
My wife said, get right. I'm like, oh god.
That's what it should be. Is like I part of me wanted to go out and find a costume for Halloween, and I could have been gimp suit guy for Halloween on the show. Like, could you imagine? Like, you come in to do the show one day, I'm just dressed up like gimp suit guy. That's just my gimmick for like the night and all that shit. So what I'm gonna do real quick is Ashlyn popped in for a split second. She'll probably be back. Of course, we did this before. I did this with Ashley Pontius. I always tell everybody watching at home, if you ever want to send us a photo for how did we get here segment, Jason sent us a photo. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it up real quick. So let me just go ahead and get it ready. And we're gonna discuss this and try to figure out how did we get here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this up, and then we're going to figure out how did we get here. And of course, a lot of these are a lot more tame. Like when I would do them, it would be someone with like a traumatic hand injury or something like that. But it's this one right here. So pretty much you're doing a handstand on a horse. So, and I don't know what exactly is going on right here. Like, I don't know if this woman is this horse as this guy's doing the handstand, but Jeff, like, what do you think? How do you think we got here with homeboy doing the handstand on this horse?
Well, there's a couple ways to go about it. I can go the absolute ridiculous way and say, with that young lady's holding, it's like a selfie stick to get a good angle. And the guy might have just shit his pants because the horse took off and he didn't want to sit and shit. So he put his muscles to good use.
Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like the guy's kind of aroused. Like, look, you like
he does. He does.
You can see his junk, like right there. Like, look at that. Like, it's like sticking out like crazy. But I feel like he's that erect and he's that straight because this woman is beating this horse so badly that it's making this horse so aroused that not only is the horse hard, but the horse is so hard, it's making the man erect, but also it's giving him a boner too. So this
Jesus
is like
Christ, that's a busy picture.
Stimulation for this horse. And like, you can kind of see in his eyes, like, I think myself and this man are going to all come all at the same fucking time. And he just can't handle it. And this girl,
why do we assume that's a girl? I
don't know. Like, girl, guy, whatever. This person has no idea the wrath of semen that's about to come her way when and horse orgasm comes all at one time. Like,
holy Moses,
like maybe it's like a catch bucket. Like they're pulling like a catch bucket along here,
a
like
chum bucket.
Yeah. It's just a chum bucket for the fucking for the semen that just gets spilled everywhere. Just the spillage everywhere.
Holy shit.
So
that's a mess.
Oh my God. Let's see. So Ashlyn said did not want to come early. Oh no, she's good. Like we encourage you to come early. You want to come
this
early?
Is your show. We're just your
yeah. Like we always start early just to bullshit around or whatever and all that. But you're always welcome to come in early and hang out however long you want. Jason said, hope you're having an awesome night, Ashlyn. Ashlyn said, is giving wild hearts can't be broken. Is giving wild hearts can't be broken. Okay. I got to ask her what that means. I'm not sure what that giving wild hearts. I wonder if she's like the person that's serving her the drinks. If like this person can't be, their name is Wild Hearts and they can't be broken. Like that's the thing. Like all the beating just taken. Like, and that's the thing. I don't know if Ashlyn does like any dominatrix. I know a lot of girls do a lot of dominatrix stuff. So I'm not really too sure if she does. I know she does the eat, sip, play with Ashlyn Sparks, which I want to ask about. That looks fun. And so it says also here that in the September, so ASM Lifestyle magazine, it says she offers reading a mouth-watering sweet treat each month and a tasty adult drink recipe. Oh shit!
Yeah, all right.
Drink recipes. All right, this is awesome. So,
I'm trying to figure out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to figure out how to change my name to Wild Hearts.
It mentions her fall fizz cocktail, which I feel like that's about what that horse was about to deliver. The fall fizz cocktail. That's what we're gonna title that photo. The fall fizz cocktail from Mr. Ed. Like that. That's exactly what that's gonna be. So, but yeah, Ashlyn, if you see this anytime you want to hop in, feel free. We'll rock and roll with you anytime. And Jeff, so what all you got going on with your show and shit, man? Like what's all going on with you?
Got a lot of great stuff, like you said, man. The Planet X Network, of course, and Roku, Amazon Fire. Big shout out to the guys at Planet X. Absolutely. Shared our first episode with an awesome band, Young Other. Dale Bellevue is their lead singer. He came on the show, had a great time. We got a lot of stuff. We're booked due till January. JC Clark, as you know very well, will be
shout
on
out Light
with us.
Divided, of course. The Light Divided, very, very known on the show. They've done both HHPod Rumbles. They've been on the show twice. They were our theme before our current theme, which is Roses Unread, which is creatures. Shout out to them, by the way. You hear them every single episode when that fires up. So when's JC supposed to be on? It's December,
So,
right?
Let me check the schedule, because this schedule, I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but I book way ahead.
Oh, dude, I'm the same way. I'm booked into November. So I hear
December 12th, Tuesday, December 12th, 8 p.m. live. The awesome JC Clark.
Okay.
I adore her, dude. Her email and sharing and all was just like adorable. You could feel it. You know what I mean? It's great. Love her. Love JC Clark. Shout out.
Yeah.
But man, got a lot of great music acts and just awesome. Myself, Jewel Tatey. Shout out to Jewel, who does watch. My wife, shout out to you. So, yeah, man, we're doing great.
Sweet. And of course, the Planet X Network, they're doing so many good things. Of course, we brought up Super Pod Friends, that's going to be hilarious. And may I add and in case anybody's watching at home that knows what I'm saying, and it's probably Rob from the Real Sharks podcast, the one, the only, the Planet X Network. So, make sure you find us when you Google search the Planet X Network, you find us. So anything you type in, any kind of stuff, you find us. The Planet Network, right here on Roku, Fire TV, all that. Of course, Happy Hour Podcast, The Yo Show, Real Sharks, Slam City, Fuck Yeah, Ron, Dig in the Dome. All those amazing shows are there. Of course, I'm in talks with our other host, Tom Nutty. We're going to try to get some comedy specials set up, just all kinds of fun shit that is going to be going on the Planet X Network. So make sure you stay tuned. Find it, save it, all that fun stuff. So, Slam City, Fuck Yeah, Ron. Hey, how are you? I'm in talks.
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I probably have to turn the other live off.
I got a little reverb.
Yeah, I got to hear it a little bit in the background. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening right now?
Let's try that.
I know that show.
So what I'm seeing is the notes, and we're not really a big note show. I kind of just kind of go with the flow. But I see that you have Eat, Sip, Play with Ashlyn.
Yeah.
So what's Eat, Sip, Play? Because I'm interested, because I like to eat, I like to sip, and I like to play. So what is
it? May not be the play you're thinking, though. It's really a dessert, a cocktail, and then how to take something from either and use it in the bedroom. So I'm a foodie.
It is kind of like what we think.
It's called sloshing as a whole.
Okay.
But I've always loved food, and it's always kind of been my niche, you could say. So we've all seen the whipped cream bikini in Varsity Blues, right? I think that's kind of where it all triggered for a lot of us. And I took that and I went, okay, but what if we could use ice cubes and frosting, and just the list goes on. And so every month I'm like, let's make a cocktail, let's make a dessert. And then here's how to use it in the bedroom or the kitchen or wherever.
Clever. I like that a lot. It's really smart.
And you just had an anniversary, so you need to get a champagne blowjob in there.
Yes, that is definitely. See, so you heard that from when we were on vacation or whatever last week. Out of all the desserts and the drinks that you had, do you have any that are your favorite that you use in the bedroom or elsewhere?
I love champagne, for one. Put that on or in everything. And then frosting. Everybody likes Cool Whip, and there's cherries and chocolate, and there's strawberries and chocolate, and all those things that are the typical. But frosting is awesome. It sticks. You can add sprinkles. You can get it in colors. It's a lot of fun. So
now, writing that down.
With frosting, and this is for you too, Jeff. With frosting of any kind, do you guys like the really, really deathly sweet frosting, or that whipped frosting that kind of has almost like a Cool Whip type taste to it?
So it depends on what we're doing with it, right? Are we putting on boobs? That's going to be a little bit thicker of your traditional cream cheese frosting.
Okay.
Or if you're doing on the penile or genital area, then you're going to do like the lighter, the whipped cream, because, you know, it's got to get all the way down the throat.
Are you watching this, honey? Are you watching, honey? My wife watched a lot. I bet she's missing this part.
I did an instructional. Do you remember when the fruit roll-up thing was trending on TikTok?
Yeah,
I was doing instructionals on that. I think I'm going to put one on my PH channel because everybody's like, I think I'm going to try this. Wait, it doesn't work. No, because you have to like, there's steps.
Yeah. My wife is going to hate me for this, but we did that. And it was amazing. It was amazing, but sticky and messy all at the same time. And
so was she an over or an around?
She was, well, it was weird because like, we didn't watch like she heard about it. Like, it was like kind of like a TikTok thing. So like, we kind of went into it like, how the fuck are we going to do this? So it was just kind of like, she kind of went around. And then as it went through, it kind of went like an over and around, like kind of like at that point I had like a multicolored, like fruit roll up penis. And that's what it was like. If you were to make like a wax model of your penis, that's what it looked like. And then like, normally I'm pretty groomed, but like I wasn't like fully there. So like it got stuck certain places at that point too. Like I'm just kind of like, oh no, like this is great, but it's also kind of caught on my ball hair as well. And I'm like, oh, like no, I and like, but it was fun for what it was. And one thing that popped out of my mind is when you said the frosting on the penis. Is it one of those things like, how do you do that? Like, do you pull out a spatula and you just layer that shit on? Because like I'm the type that I'm kind of like, I want to get to it so bad. I'm just standing up and I'm just like,
I like the dip effect. So yeah, the straight dip it in, like, and you get a little bit of the balls in there too. Like that's a great, because then you can lick everything.
Wow.
And food play is one of those, you can't worry about cleanup. Like when in doubt, have a warm washcloth. That would have saved your scenario there. But dip in there, jelly, fun one. If you've never in a jar of jelly, I recommend it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never done it. I have one, but everybody I've done it with loves it.
A jar of jelly.
Yeah.
So what kind of jelly is the best? Because I know some jellies / jam, like if you get like strawberries, like it has like the little like kind of like I
mean that depends. Do you like a ribbed when you play? Do you like a ribbed effect, or do you just like the smooth, warm?
I'm afraid of getting it.
Not go over 10 seconds.
I'm afraid of getting a seed inside the
head.
That's no way. No way.
I mean, Jeff, you look at it like this. So eventually you're firing that thing out like a bullet anyway. Like that's, you just got to hope that you don't kill your
28 miles per hour, by the way.
Yes, wow. Yes, that is a great fact. In case anybody ever knew that, never knew that, how fast your semen.
Well, you know the girls who wear like the big eyelashes, right? You know what those are called, right?
No.
They're called umbrellas. And they were actually invented by a prostitute back in the 1800s.
I am so writing that down.
To keep the semen out of her eyes. So there's a little bit of horror history for you.
Umbrellas. That's the name of this episode. This is now episode 186, Cumbrellas. That's what this is going to be called, if I remember it by time the episode.
Right. I know. I got it written down. Don't worry about it.
He's taking notes. He's on it. No worries.
Under my cumbrella, Ella.
Actually, with that, do you do just the food play stuff, or do you do like regular adult films as well? Oh, she kind of froze up a little bit. Oh, there we
go. Sorry, I'm in Mexico, so I landed today.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man. Are you on vacation?
No. Yes, I know. But
are you doing a taco festival? Like with your with your thing?
No, I wish we were. No, it's more of a maintenance thing because you know, medical tourism, more or less. It's a great place to come and be treated well, and it's affordable. So we're here for the whole week. And when I looked at
Mexico got some bad internet.
It's all right. It happens. This is what happens when you're live.
We actually, our motto on our show is live happens.
Yeah. I love Mexico like to death. Like me and my wife were actually like, it's funny because we went in 2012, 2014, 2016, and 2018.
Oh, wow.
Haven't been back since. So we were just kind of like, man, we like fucked up the whole 2 years back to back to back to back to back to back thing with that. And like, dude, just go in there. Like once she's back, I'm gonna ask her if it's like a resort type thing. Like, are they staying in like a regular place? Is it like a resort type thing? So what I'm gonna do is once until Ashlyn comes back and figures out her connection, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get into the story that we couldn't get into last week, which is a huge bull was seen riding in a Ford sedan and gets pulled over by police in the U.S. And it says some uncommon sights can be seen on the road once in a while, but police officers recently witnessed on an American highway was totally shocking. Car Scoops reports a massive bull was seen riding in a chopped Ford Crown Victoria sedan in Norfolk, Nebraska, and police pulled the driver for traffic violations. A video of the incident has gone viral on the internet. So, just like our good friend the Gimp, I have a video of this. But this time the video works because I made sure I did an edited version of the video, so it should work. So here's the video of the bull.
This division responded to a call of a man driving eastbound on 275 with a Watusi bull in his passenger seat.
The officers received a call reference a car driving into town that had a cow in it. They thought that it was going to be, like a calf, something small, or something that actually fit inside the vehicle.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
And the vehicle was big enough. Well, technically.
As a result, the officer performed a traffic stop and addressed some traffic violations that
Speaking of shit, I've been shitting my pants.
With that particular situation.
The occupant of the vehicle was identified as Lee Meyer of Neely. The Watusi bull's name was Howdy Doody.
That dude looks so
He was
annoying.
immediately pulled over by Norfolk police, and they performed a routine traffic stop.
The officer wrote him some warnings.
I wonder if
there were some citable issues.
I wish they
with that situation. The officer chose to write him a warning and ask him to take the animal back home and to leave the city.
Meyer and Howdy Doody are on their way back home, and no one was hurt.
Poor thing's ass is like pressed up against the back of that thing too. It's like animal cruelty in a way, slightly.
I love that his name is Howdy Doody.
Right?
And Doody all over the back of the car. Like, that's just strictly fucking amazing.
Like, you guys are getting gored with that horn note? Jesus Christ.
Like, yeah. What if the bull wanted to resist arrest? Like, at that point, like you get there and you're just kind of like, all right, Howdy Doody, do your thing. Like,
you want to talk about Olay? I'd be like, Olay!
Do your thing. And like, that thing just like goes crazy and just like incredible. Like, he just started scoring the shit out of police. But I also kind of feel like that the bull should have gotten a field sobriety test, because I would pay great money to see that bull get a field sobriety test. Like, imagine like, all right, bull, follow the light, and like the bull's just and they're like, all right, get out, heel to toe. Like, imagine the bull just walking in toe. Like you kind of like sit there and you're driving down the road. Like, where am I at? Like, it's almost like,
how did we get here?
How did we get here? Like, you're driving in a car and you get pulled over by a cop on a bike. Like, you're just kind of like, is this real life right now? Like, you're driving by and this guy, like, and that, like, have you ever seen people who literally, it looks like they live out of their car? Like, they have
I'm in the automotive business, brother. Of course.
Like, so imagine this car coming in and you're sitting there, you're looking, you're like, is this concrete over your, like, did someone Stone Cold Steve Austin, Vince McMahon your car and dump cement into this fucking car? Like, what's happening? And then they're just like, oh no, that's just Howdy Doody. He just, Doody's everywhere. He just says howdy and then he just Doody's. Like,
that's his name.
Like, I wonder how much money this dude has spent on cleaning that car, if he has ever cleaned this car.
Right, if he's clean, he may love it. He may love that scent, dude. I might be hitting. Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't. Well, the thought of how nasty that car is just turning my stomach.
And then of course we're right here on YouTube live, and it says Real Shark says ha ha ha, thank you, Ray. Ashlyn says I'm coming back in, which I just admitted her back in now. And Thomas Gilliam said, when are you going to invite Natasha Nice back? Whenever Natasha Nice wants to come onto the show, she's more than welcome to come.
Sure, Jeff's there for that one.
But normally we go about a year before we invite guests back, unless they come back as a guest co-host. So normally we give them about a year. Natasha Nice, it was probably about, I think it was 10 months gap between the last time she came through. So, let's see. So admit, and there's 2 Ashlyn Sparks in the room. So I'm hoping that like 2 of her pop up, because that will be completely like, just for some reason you see 2 Ashlyns and it's just like they're staring down. It's like there can be only one. Like
there's a show. I like that.
Hey, Ashlyn, how are you? Welcome to the
edge. You like that?
So you're in Mexico. So
yeah, they don't know why there's 2 of me now. I'm gonna hide that.
It happens.
We don't need clones.
This is what happens when you go live. So of course, Ashlyn, and I know this is a stupid question because almost everybody has this. Do you have an OnlyFans? You there? Ashlyn?
Oh, man.
Hello? Oh, you there?
Might need the other Ashlyn.
I hear you, but like we're freezing. Oh my God, I just want to cry.
No.
A good scream. Okay, there it goes.
Okay. So do you, of course, you have OnlyFans, correct?
Yeah.
So do you do food stuff on OnlyFans? Like with that, like, so with OnlyFans, what's the weirdest request you've ever gotten on OnlyFans? But also, what's the weirdest food request you've ever gotten on OnlyFans?
So I don't get a lot of food requests on OnlyFans. My OnlyFans is more girlfriend based because I came from the in-person market and went digital. Okay. So it's more girlfriend experience, someone to talk to, daily nudes kind of thing, that having a girlfriend experience just digitally. Okay. The food play comes in just for the magazine. And then in my personal life, I've been talking about expanding it on my PH site. I don't know if I can say that on here. We don't want any YouTube problems. On the Orange and Black. Yeah. And doing a segment on there. So that part, it came from doing it in person for years and just a love of food. So,
sweet. And honestly, like I am blown away by the shit we have said and done on this show on why we are still allowed on YouTube. But of course, we're also right here on Roku TV and Fire TV on the Planet X network. So that's a whole different story.
I always say, have a backup.
Yeah.
What happened to your backup?
Yes. Well, it's funny because like we got in trouble on TikTok because TikTok does not like adult oriented stuff, but Facebook.
Well, none of them really like us, but
yeah,
right.
And we build them.
And I'm like, what's happening? Like, why aren't we banned on Instagram and TikTok? What is happening right now? Like, is this fucking real life? Like, what's going on? So, Ashlyn, with everything that you've done, so of course, out of all the drinks that you make, what is your most go-to drink, and which one is the one that you like to make the most?
So I like the punches because I like to share. I like to share my friends. I like to share my husband. I like to share everything. So we're big on sharing. And so I like the punches because it's you get the base and then everybody can add their own little extra.
Hey, nice.
So that's always kind of nice. It's shareable.
like the horse.
The shareables.
like the horse would put a little something in there too.
I know, and that's a movie, by the way. If look it up, the girl jumps on the horse like that and then jumps in a pool.
Really? He looked like a dude though. Yeah. I was packing some heat.
I don't know. Yeah. That dude was packing serious wood in that photo. Like you could see his boner from like 16 miles away. So also keep in mind, anybody out there, if you want to send us a photo for how did we get here? Of course, we get a lot of them. They're more tamed. We used to do photos of like someone with like an arrow going through their throat. And we were like, okay, how did we get here? And the guest will be like, what the fuck? And it'd be like, how did we get here?
We didn't take gun safety because gun safety and bow safety go hand in hand. So somebody missed safety class 101.
Yeah. Either that or is a 28-mile-an-hour shot right down the throat.
Well, and crossbows are no joke. I took a raccoon out with a crossbow once, and it was like no joke. There was no second guessing. You couldn't. Yeah.
It like splits him in half, doesn't it?
No, it just pinned him to the tree.
Oh,
he was coming after my dog.
Wow.
Well, how far were you when you hit that fucker with the crossbow? Were you like close, or were you like a mile away? You were like, all right.
Probably a hotel room away. I was on my porch and he was just off the way. Yeah.
Wow.
But he was like
with
my dog's yard, and I was like, we're gonna not have any part of that.
You hear that, men? Back off. Take you right out.
That's great that she
No, I'm the gentle, fun one. I don't do like you guys were talking about on a leash and stuff. I'm like, that's not me. I'm not the dom. I'm the friendly, fluffy housewife with like the tray of treats.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's going on, stepson?
when we were doing your graphic, which shout out to curtainjerkerdesigns.com. He does all of our amazing graphics. Awesome. We got a bunch of photos, and like you have photos of like the cupcakes and stuff like that. Now, when you do photo shoots like that, do you ever want to just sit there and just at some point just smash just all of the cupcakes and just like cover it?
You don't. Those photo shoots end at some point. So most of the time it's like, who's taking what? Okay. And then we're snacking. And
gotta sell tickets to those after shoots.
I should, except for like, I am such a ball of stress. Like I only have 2 people usually in the room. It's the photographer. After hair and makeup leaves, it's the photographer and my husband, because I'm just like, and then he's like, stop eating the frosting. And I'm like, well, just one more.
I like the frosting.
I do. I just want to lick it. I got to put everything in my mouth.
So last year, speaking of frosting, for Halloween, me and my wife did a couple's costume. And if you've ever seen the movie Matilda, we did she did Miss Trunchbull, and I did Bruce Bogtrotter, which Bruce Bogtrotter was the kid that ate the cake.
Yeah, that's such a bad scene. And it's chocolate cake. Oh,
broke it up, whatever, and I smeared chocolate frosting all over my face and put cake particles on it. And I'm walking around at the bar the whole time like this. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can find a photo. But
were people just offering to lick you? Because
no, like, see, here's the thing: people weren't offering to lick me.
Wasn't that kind of bar?
We're literally walking the other way, because if I wasn't with my wife, they thought that I had shit on my face. Like they were like,
that's why. So one rule we have in any play at all, chocolate like syrup gets a little bit of leeway, but for the most part, no chocolate anything. Like no chocolate cake, no chocolate frosting, no. Like I did a butt cake smashing video 2 birthdays ago.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I loved this one cake. And my husband Sonny was like, no, it's chocolate. It's got chocolate in the middle. It wasn't even on the front. And he's like, no. And I was like, but he's like, we will find you something else. No. And then I watched a girl do something very similar like a year later, and she did with chocolate cake, and I was like, such a good choice. But we all remember that scene in Matilda. Yeah, no chocolate anything.
So I found the photo. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show it up here, and this is me as Bruce Bogtrotter for Halloween.
Oh my god!
Oh no, it's
looks like you're eating shit.
I mean, it's so good, but it's so bad.
Like I literally smeared it there, and like you could see that it was still wet.
Yeah.
So I was going my drink. Like people were just kind of like sliding past me.
They were like, "Don't touch him."
And like people were like, "Are you an ass eater?" And then like me and my wife walked up like together, which she was Miss Trenchbull, and I was at, and they were just kind of like, "Oh my god, like you're doing Matilda or whatever," and all that stuff. And it's just like, yeah, like that's like what.
So I have to ask them, what's your costume this year?
See, we don't know yet. Like it's kind of like, like
you don't need 6 months to plan these things.
We were doing this year. Like, see, it's weird because my wife is a Swiftie. So the new Taylor Swift 1989 like album comes out on the 27th. So I'm like, the 27th would probably be when we do the Halloween thing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's going to be like a kind of Taylor Swift themed, like 1989, type thing.
Well, you could do the one everybody else is doing, which is her and Kelsey.
Yes.
And wrong Kelsey too. Wrong Kelsey.
I know. I was looking at it down there and I was like, I'm gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it.
Well done.
The idea of doing the ghosts from the I'm the Problem, It's Me video or whatever.
Okay.
Ghosts in that. And that's easy. It's just like sheet, glasses or hat or something like that. So we normally throw it together like probably about like a week in October. So we were like, hey, you know, we did Salem one year. We went to Salem.
Oh
wow.
Super fucking fun. If you've never been there, definitely go, but definitely go on Halloween.
So I would go because I'm a Hocus Pocus fan, but like I don't do scary. I don't do scary. I don't do gore. I'm such a sissy. Like feed me cotton candy and show me happy movies. Like Nightmare Before Christmas gets on the line at moments with me. I'm like, oh, I gotta kind of cover my eyes. So like not me. Like
I gotta
go for the history.
I have like zombies and like all that other stuff.
Yeah.
All over my arm. I have a whole back piece that I'm having done of Friday the 13th.
Oh,
no,
Jesus.
that's like my horror. No, I can't do that. I can't even talk about it. Like I have nightmares to this day. I saw one portion of one video and I'm like, never, ever. Not with the clothes. No, can't do it.
I got to drop in a story real quick if I can.
Oh yeah, I got to hear it.
So on my show, we had Terrifier. Did you ever hear the movie Terrifier?
Oh, it's like a scary movie.
David Howard.
Yeah, then I know.
David Howard.
Don't watch it; you'll be horrified.
It's supposedly the most goriest movie like the last 50 years.
It is.
And it's a
not on my top 10.
So I got him to come on the show, and he starts out, and my coach is like, "Oh, I love your movie." He's like, "How about you, Jeff? Did you watch it?" I'm like, "No, no, I can't do it." I felt bad because
so I watched my show. I'm like, one, and like what's the one with the needles? 2 or 3?
I think that's 2.
It was like early on in the franchise, the needle one, and that was it. Like I could get through them because they were a little bit of a mind deal, but then after that, I was like, and we're done with those.
I think I could probably drive 30 minutes up the road into the city and find a random person that can do that, no problem. Absolutely. Right. Inner city Baltimore, grab a person. Hey, I have a task. You want to get a bump tonight? Come with me.
Yeah, and it's going to be random, whichever
like
has whatever. Yeah. So I don't do that. I've zombies though. I can walk a line with zombies because I'm totally into Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Because killing and shooting stuff. Same with World War Z. Like I can watch those and I can play Call of Duty, but like don't give me full gore fest.
So here you go with Terrifier, since you're probably not going to watch it because it's there's in this movie. If anybody hasn't seen the first Terrifier, spoiler alert, it's been out for about 4 years, so if not, but there's this scene where he has this blonde and he has her tied up upside down by her legs.
I saw that too.
Upside down by her legs, and he takes a handsaw. And you see him move her leg, and he just goes forward with the handsaw. And so he saws. Oh,
no.
Damn.
That position can be so much more fun in another snenario. Let's just
not this one.
Out. Maybe put some frosting in. You know what? We make it the Ashlyn version. You have the Taylor version of things. We're gonna just start making horror films with the Ashlyn version with frosting and fruit roll-ups and unicorns in the background.
Unicorns just.
We'll still tie her up and make her naked, but we'll
and
make it more fun.
What we're going to do real quick is we're going to take a quick break. We're going to play some videos from our ads, some of our friends that have some paid ads here on the show.
Let's see.
Back in about like 4 minutes or so after our break, and we're going to get into our game segment. So we have a handful of games that we play, Cards Against Humanity, Super Fight, Never Have I Ever, all kinds of fun stuff. So what we're going to do real quick right here on a YouTube Live, and for everybody here on the Planet X Network on Roku and Fire TV, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here momentarily on the Happy Hour podcast with Ashlyn Sparks and guest co-host Jeff Perini, and we will see you guys in about 4 minutes.
Touchdown Eagles.
Hey, it's Michael Shapiro from Reckless in Vegas, and you're watching Happy Hour podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, who likes candle wax? I know a lot of people like candle wax, but man, I've had that shit done to me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I've also had the whole wax thing, where like I've let a woman wax me like fucking 40-year-old virgin status, bro. That shit hurts.
Yeah, I had to do that for wrestling. Fuck ass no. But after I stopped waxing, I went to Nair. And after the whole nairing from here down incident went wrong, like I never use that anymore either. Because if you've ever,
I would.
Ready, girls? I'm ready. I'm triple ready. can't believe we lost. Let's get him!
Yeah, well, if the Black Ranger had been there, we would have been just fine.
Where's the Black Ranger? We need him. He's too strong. We're losing. Don't give up, Rangers. We've got this. Let's power up.
Sorry, guys. Fell asleep. All right, I'm ready.
Really? You weren't there. We needed you, and you abandoned us.
Yeah, and you're lucky if we don't turn our dildos on you.
If you don't have sex with us right now and help us recharge, then we're gonna tell Zordon.
Please don't tell Zordon. I'll do it.
Okay, girls, let's go.
Wow.
Derek Sharp, the owner of Curtain Jerker Designs, who does an amazing job. I'm blown away every single time, and his speed that he has getting everything back to us is immaculate.
Hit up Derek with Curtain Jerker Designs.
Look no further than Curtain Jerker Designs. Make sure you hit up Derek.
Derek Sharp, man. Hey, just want to say thank you for the posters, all the hard work you put into, man. We really appreciate you, man.
A shout out to Derek Sharp from Curtain Jerker Designs. Yo, dude. Just want to say, this poster, off the hook.
Hey, what's up, players? This is Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and I want to give a big shout out to my man Derek over there with Curtain Jerkers Designs.
If you are looking for the best graphics, the best designs, look up Curtain Jerker. I did.
Curtain Jerker Designs. That's who I use for any of my graphic designs, and you should too.
Thanks, Curtain Jerker Designs.
Big old shout out to Curtain Jerker Designs. You see that? You see that beauty? That's all you, Curtain Jerker.
Hello, wrestling promoters. The Big Valboski wants to give you a big tip. If you're looking for a graphic designer to do your next events, promotional posters, hit up Derek at Curtain Jerker Designs.
A lifelong wrestling fan, as we all are. I went through the part with the reffing, and I got to a part where I did ring announcing. I did everything there was to do. I had a match. But because I have that background, that's where I stepped in and said, hey, like, I do flyers. Let me help you guys out.
What's up? This is Sarah Jane, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Happy Hour podcast. Of course, we're here on YouTube Live and also the Planet X Network on Roku and Fire TV. Of course, you saw the trailer there from Team Skeet. Make sure you go over, check out that scene. Use the promo code Happy Hour, all in capital letters, promo code Happy Hour, 25% off your Team Skeet membership if you use that promo code. Also, shout out to Derek Sharp. He's the one behind all of our amazing guest graphics right here on the Happy Hour podcast. And at the beginning, you saw something that the Planet X Network is working on. It's called Super Pod Friends, which they pull audio from all of our shows. We could very well have one from this episode, and they put it in the Super Friends cartoon and just end up with some sort of weird mix-up of what's going on. So look out for that coming up soon on the Planet X Network and their YouTube and all that stuff. So, Ashlyn, what we're going to do, we're going to get into our game segment. So we have a handful of games that we play. We start off with extreme personal questions. So extreme personal questions is two questions. Random questions, question A and question B. You don't know which one you're going to get until you choose. But then what you do is after you answer, you're going to choose either myself or Jeff to answer the other question. So here we go. What do you think? Do you want random question A or random question B?
We always go with the scarlet letter, A.
All right. So A. So Ashlyn, what is the most dangerous thing you have ever done?
In or out of the bedroom? Just most dangerous thing ever?
hey, throw one of each at us.
It's your show here.
Well, it's dangerous anytime you give someone full control and you're restrained. So every time you're doing one of those, that's a full, like, we have serious trust and this could very well go south. So that was the first that came to mind, was like, that's dangerous as a whole. In the vanilla world, like, I'm a kind of a sissy. I mean, I guess the first time I came to I would say Mexico, because I'm here. The first time I came to Mexico by myself, I was like, I'm going to do this. And my parents were like, you're going to write a will and you're going to do these things because, you know, foreign countries and stuff. So
to be fair with Mexico, like, are you guys staying at a resort, or are you guys just, because that's the thing, like with Mexico, if you go and you stay at a resort and you stay at the resort, you're fine. And
yeah, I found a great company. I mean, they take you from start to finish.
Yeah,
so,
and that's the whole thing. That's what we do every time we win. We've been 4 times. It's been amazing. We've been meaning to get back. But yeah, you do that, and you book your excursion through that, and they pick you up from the bus, take you wherever, pick you back up. Go to Xel-Há. If you've never been to Xel-Há, go to Xel-Há. It is amazing. Okay. It is an eco park. You can jump off of cliffs. You can zip line. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can be there a whole entire 8 hours and still not to get to everything there. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Like, go check it out. That or Senses while you're up there.
Okay.
So for question B, who do you want to choose for question B?
I got to hear from Jeff, because I see all the Funko Pops and I'm like, you're like my kind of guy. You have to have a good story, even if you can't pick football.
So Jeff,
well done.
What is the sexiest experience you have had while out clubbing?
Oh, Jesus. One of those moments I really hope my wife is not here. So I was out clubbing. And it's kind of how you thought that this girl that I met that night, she said, I'm going to try and get risky right here at the bar. I'm like, well, how risky can you get? So she pulls me to the bar. Of course, big bar, like waist high. And she, of course, goes underneath and takes it out and just starts sucking it right there at the bar. And I'm like banging for a drink, you know, not banging for a drink, but banging for a drink. And she's just going. And
she's banging for a drink as well.
Hey, right. She
I hope you bought her a cocktail at least.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I gave her a cock, all right. But I was I was stunned because, like, you get some drinks in you too. First of all, many years ago when few drinks didn't affect, you know, so I'm pretty aroused by it. I'm still shocked to this day that even happened. I've had, I get some decent odd stories happen in my life, as you know.
Like, it's funny because with stuff like that, like, I don't really have like a club thing like that. The only thing I can think of is, I'm not sure how sexy it was, but the only thing that pops out of my mind from a club is when there was a guy being arrested outside the club, and we were at the parking garage, and we were on the very top level of the parking garage, and my friend decided he needed to pee. So he's peeing off the side, and you just hear a man yelling at the bottom. And little did we know that when he was peeing on this handcuffed guy that was down at the bottom. And like,
good for him.
Handcuffed. And then just piss just starts raining upon you from a parking garage.
Wait a minute.
That's a non-consensual.
Oh, just like, actually, I have had that happen to me. Wait a second.
Not quite, but handcuffs and being peed on is not far-fetched.
No golden showers.
I'd have to be handcuffed. Let's put it that way. If you're going to golden shower me, I better be handcuffed. My legs better be locked in. You better give me the Kathy Bates shit from I'm Your Biggest Fan. What was that movie where she smashes the ankles there with the
yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. That
Misery.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to be Misery. You had to smash my ankles and then handcuff me, and maybe you could piss on me. Maybe.
That used to be practice with some of my friends. You'd just be in a bathroom, you would just feel something warm on your leg.
Oh.
You look over and they just
be done it in a pool, but I mean,
well,
there's a pee to water ratio there.
You sit there, you're like, the water's not blue anymore. What's happening here? Like, there's too much pee in this pool. So now what we're going to do, we're going to get into Never Have I Ever.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Never Have I Ever. The way this works, we have 3 cards randomly drawn out of the deck. If you've done it, take a drink. And if you want to give an explanation, feel free. If not, we will not hate you for it. So the first one is, and I don't know if anybody's ever done this, but if so, I really need to hear the story behind it. Never have I ever played chicken with somebody in an electric wheelchair.
Oh, close. I'm so close.
I am shocked that I did not drink to that. But how do you play chicken with someone in an electric wheelchair? Like, do you also have to be in a wheelchair? Like, are you in a car? Like, what is staring down this?
You take out heavy equipment for that. Bring out a car. You can have a 2-wheel ratio, motor scooter at the most.
I'm not prepared. Do I have to use crutches? Like, how is this working? And I feel like that either way they're gonna win. Like, I don't know, like they're gonna just come barreling towards me and I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I need to get out of the way. Like, so all right, so that was a dead card with that. So here's the other one. Never have I ever lied about my age. Never have I ever lied about my age. Actually, yes, I have as well.
That one's too easy.
When have you lied about your age?
Me or Matt?
You.
Oh, all the time. No. No, it started. I mean, we've all tried to be older, right? But like when I got in the industry, I was only in my early 30s, and like in the professional end of it. And so there's this line where it's better to be older. So I started lying up. Like in my 30s many years ago, because there's this gap between 25 and 35 that is just like a dead zone.
Wow.
You're like 33, you're like, I'm 35, I'm 38, and you go with it.
I'm 47.
Exactly.
I'm 70. How do I look?
So Jeff,
well, the next one when you get to 50, and then they want you at like 50, 52.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, that's the thing. Like the mature thing is like a big thing in porn in any way, shape, or form. Like it's always like the mature category is always, on every site, like just right there. And Jeff, when have you lied about your age?
So when I was around 21, there was a girl that I had met and kind of knew through friends who was 20.
Okay.
And she was pretty hot. And she used to always say, oh, I love older men. I love older men. Well, 1 year. So one day, we're all gathered around and she gets on this older man thing. She's telling her friends, yeah, this guy was like 35, but he was so hot, and blah, 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 blah. So long story short, get a couple of drinks and we start getting proud. And she's like, so what's your deal? What's your story? How old are you? I'm like, oh, I'm 38. And she's going, well, you look great for 38. I mean, yeah, I'm 38. And I still didn't get the date. I tried to do the older man thing and still got shot down, which sucks because now I've aged myself to these people who thought I was like in my 20s. Struck out.
Oh, but you tried and you gave it full effort, and I fault you for that.
I always give full effort. And meeting them, my wife will tell you, when it comes to meeting them, I am full effort, and I love her to death for it.
Mine was when we were kind of in high school / just getting out of high school, like between like 17 and 19. There was this liquor store that we went to that was ran by this little old Chinese guy named Cho. And we would go in there, and mind you, like I looked the same then as I do now. So we would go in there, and Cho, he sold us alcohol probably from 17 up to about 23. And then I guess he got in trouble because there was just one day where we went in there and he randomly carded us. And so we were like, all right, here you go. Like we're 23 at the time. And he looks at the IDs and he looks at all of us. And you just see this look of shame just consume his face. Oh, Cho make mistake for long time. We're just kind of like, oh yeah, like we grew up on Cho and his liquor store, and that's
it's like, tell me you grew up in a small town without telling him. Like, I thought we all had the lied about 21, lied about like that's amateur lying about your age. Come on, step up the game.
Yeah.
I don't think I really ever had to lie about it before, because for the most part, like I've always like kind of had like that older look. So like when I went into places, I never really kind of got carded or anything like that. So I never really, aside from that, like, and that wasn't even lying. That was just him not carding us or anything like that. So here's the last one. Never have I ever left a restaurant without paying the tab. Never have I ever left a restaurant without paying the tab.
Oh, stop
course,
it.
Jeff, you should have known this because we talked about this on the last episode of that poor Denny's that we victimized.
Yes.
That
and I see Ashlyn taking her
a
sip too.
lifetime ban from. So, like,
At least mine's not a mean story.
This is a pretty mean story.
Yeah,
poor Denny's already.
So, Ashlyn, how did yours come to be?
Well, I'm a girl. I always leave the restaurant without paying.
You're like, I'm not paying anything. It's funny because last week we talked about it. There was a Denny's that we went to. Whenever we got drunk, we went there. There was one time we left Jello wrestling at the strip club, and my friend was covered completely in Jello. He jumped into Jello. We're throwing Splenda packets against him, all that. He ordered pancakes, covered them in pancake syrup, smacked the pancakes. They explode everywhere. We ended up being thrown out because we were serving ourselves drinks. There was one time they asked us to leave, so we all went outside. We all changed clothes and walked back in. So there was just so much stuff in this poor Baltimore Denny's that eventually we all got lifetime bans. And about 2.5 months ago, I drove past that Denny's at work and it was closed.
Oh.
And I was like, I have outlived a lifetime ban. This is what happens to you, Denny's. When you ban me, you eventually just
Good for you, Denny's.
Yeah. So,
Denny's.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Ashlyn, what we're going to do is we're going to play a game that's one of the most renowned games on this show. It is called Incoherent. Have you ever heard of Incoherent?
Not by that name. So give me the rules and I'll tell you.
So Incoherent, pretty much what it is we're going to show you a series of cards. Thankfully, you're drinking. So we're going to show you a series of cards that are in drunken lingo. You need to sound them out and figure out what they say. And what we do, like, there's either one or two ways that this is going to happen. You're going to do really, really well, or your brain's just going to turn off when you see these. Okay. Normally what happens. And every year we bring back 30 guests and host our annual HHPod Rumble. And the winner, we send out a championship belt to, a custom made. You can kind of see, I did pro wrestling for 20 years. I have a replica of one of my belts up there. I have my belt maker make a legit belt and send it to the winner every year of the HHPod Rumble featuring this game, Incoherent. So let me go ahead and get the cards ready, and we're going to rock and roll on Incoherent and see how you do on Incoherent. So here we go. So here is the first card. So what do you think this card says? Best thing to do is to kind of back.
I mean, is it squeeze my nipples?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Squeeze my nipples?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right off the jump. And the hints were utters and the kind of requests you don't expect to hear, but you fully embrace. So yes. Oh my God, you got that right off. Okay,
well, it's a competition. I may not do well in a Rumble, but I could have SummerSlam down.
What do you think this one is?
I'm coming up with donkey in the beginning, but
is behind your back. People normally do this behind your back.
Talk shit.
Yes, talking shit.
That's good.
There we go. All right. So the last one, what do you think that one says? And there are hints. If you need a hint, let me know.
Hold on. Go with the hint. This is a tough one.
The hint is sweaty, warm intercourse.
Oh, soak my sheets?
No. Enjoying it becomes less about love and more about the workout.
Oh,
one's got you. Jeff, do you have any idea what it may be?
No. I'm staring at it, and I'm in another room with this thing.
So, Ashlyn, are you tapping?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you got something, Matt? I'll ask for an extra hand when I need to get to there.
Yeah, definitely.
Style my opposite.
Steamy hot sex?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you got there too.
Yes, it is.
Like I got the meat and I got the sex, but I need the middle.
Right, the middle was tough. I'm like,
see, actually, the first two, she was like that, and that's good because what we normally do is with the HHPod Rumble, we do each round. The first round is 30 seconds, 1 hint, and then the second round is 15 seconds, no hint.
It's hard. It's
15
hard.
seconds hints. Then if you make it past that, it's 10 seconds, no hints, 5 seconds, no hints, and then people just tend to be eliminated after that. So yes, that is our Ode to Humanity game. And what we're going to do, we're going to play Super Fight. So what we're going to do is we have 2 cards. So super
but you're excited, Matt. Why are we excited? I don't know why we're excited, but I'm joining in the fun.
You get a player card, a power-up card, and a weapon card. And then what we're going to do is we're going to argue out who we think is going to win that fight. So the first one is a sloth that is elderly, that is riding on a bodybuilder. A sloth that is elderly, that is riding on a bodybuilder. And he is fighting a street fighter with a T-Rex as his sidekick that can run 200 miles an hour, but only in a straight line. So, a sloth that is elderly, that is riding a bodybuilder, fighting a street fighter who has a sidekick of a T-Rex that can run 200 miles an hour, but only in a straight line. Ashlyn, what do you think the winner of that?
Who wins it? Like I get to pick who wins it, or I get to pick which one I want to keep?
Because like, which one do you think would win and why?
Like we're supposed to pull out a 20-sided die right now. But...
Is that a D&D reference?
It is, and that's pretty hot.
So, a geriatric sloth is always up there. I mean, that's pretty cool. But hands down, I'm a dinosaur girl. Like, I've been thinking about that Power Rangers promo for a hot minute. Like,
that inflatable dinosaur in that is spectacular, by the way.
I'm excited. That's the rest of my night in Tijuana is watching. Nice. But so I'm going to say the Street Fighter with a dinosaur because even though he can go in a straight line, he's still really cool. He's got the little arms.
Awesome. Jeff, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win this fight? We used to leave this up to the live feed, but they were failing us there for a while. So now we just decide on our own. Jeff, who do you think is going to win this super fight?
I don't know. I feel like Jeff has got intel over there. What's he looking
Not really. I'm looking at
what are you doing? You're rolling dice without us?
I'm looking over here. I keep a laptop on the side to see the comments. My wife says hello, by the way. Oh, Christ. I was hoping she wouldn't watch.
We're going to be best friends. You don't even know. I love
no doubt. She's the best, too. So Jason said the T-Rex because he could eat up the sloth. And I'm kind of with that. Like, if you got a T-Rex, there's no way you're not winning this thing.
I feel like the elderly sloth is kind of backed into a corner because these are randomly drawn cards too.
He's elderly on top.
But also, how do you know it's elderly? Because sloths move so slow anyways. Like, and I mean, how strong is that? Like, okay, so I'm going to be one of those ones where I kind of like fight a little bit for the elderly sloth because it's like sloth moves very slow. This dinosaur is moving very fast. It's kind of like the tortoise and the hare. And for some reason, the hare can't beat the tortoise. But you also have this bodybuilder. Like, how big is this bodybuilder? Like, is he like incredible Hulk size?
Well, that's right.
This dinosaur.
Well, I think there should be also like what is the setting? Are they in or near water? Yeah. Because bodybuilders and sloths, I mean, bodybuilders don't do well in water. Maybe they float. Sloths can hold their breath for a long time, but that T-Rex is not going to do well in water. Now, in like the desert, that's a totally different terrain. So I think terrain needs to come into play.
Yeah, yeah. Also, like, I feel like the bodybuilder, like if he can't like hold his breath as much, like when they go under the water, the sloth can just breathe air into his mouth, and then
the water, they would have the advantage. So
so. But
wait, if a sloth is giving me mouth to mouth, I just quit. I'd rather die.
They got those cool little fingers though. Like
no, let me drown.
They're like claws like this, like and they, like they're like the laziest.
They got the T-Rex arms up here.
Hey, that's popular in the chat. The T-Rex arm.
The synopsis is that the sloth and the bodybuilder lose to the T-Rex and the Street Fighter. That's kind of a given. So what we're going to do, we finish off our game segment, which is our Ode to Humanity segment, with Cards Against Humanity. Have you played Cards Against Humanity?
Yes. Are we doing traditional deck or theme deck?
Wow, I'm impressed.
It is a little bit of everything mixed together, but since we can't have cards in front of you, what we do is we do Cards Against Humanity roulette. So what we do is we read off the black face card. All cards are randomly drawn. So we read off the black face card, and you're going to roulette style choose a number. And that number is going to answer the card. If you don't like it, you get 2 rebuttals to get a better answer. So the first card is, why am I broke? Why am I broke? 1 through 6. What do you think? Lucky number 1 through 6.
Let's go with 4.
4. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So as I said, randomly drawn, and with Cards Against Humanity, sometimes you get what we call throwaway cards. So why am I broke? Aaron Burr. Aaron Burr is why I'm broke. I have no idea who the fuck Aaron Burr is. But Aaron Burr. So are you satisfied with Aaron Burr?
He was the president. He made us all broke.
Well, yeah,
So Aaron Burr, are you satisfied with that, or do you want to rebuttal and choose a different card?
Let's rebuttal for the fun of it, because we need to keep presidents out of everything.
All right. So what do you want?
Yeah. He's looking
Aaron Burr.
Ugly ass motherfucker.
Look at that head.
It speaks for itself.
That's a lot of forehead, my man.
1 through 5. What do you think?
Let's go with 2.
2. All right. So why am I broke? Catapults. Catapults are why you're broke. Like, I don't know. I think I will be broke if I invested in a catapult, because you could just catapult so much shit. So are you satisfied with catapults?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So catapult. So these 4 last ones will now go over here. They will go back into the pile for the next episode. So we're going to do another one. So the next one is, Dear Abby, I'm having some trouble with blank, and I would like your advice. So what do you think? 1 through 6.
Oh, I get all the numbers back? I don't lose 2 and 4?
Yep.
Okay. So let's do 5 for fun.
5. All right. So, Dear Abby, I am having some trouble with the heart of a child and would like your advice. So, with the heart of a child, or do you want to rebuttal?
We're going to yeet it. I already have another number for you. Go with 3.
3. All right.
I was not fuzzy on that one at all. Wow.
Dear Abby, I am having some trouble with concealing a boner and would like some advice. Are you satisfied with that, or do you want to rebuttal?
I feel like because I don't have one, and I don't usually wear a strap on in public to have to worry about concealing it. Just turn them inside out. Let's go with 6.
6. All right.
Make it a 6-pack.
All right. Well, this is the card that you're stuck with. Dear Abby, I am having some trouble with the blood of Christ and would like your advice. So that is what we have ended up with. So, dear Abby, I am having some trouble with the blood of Christ and would like advice. So here's a funny story with this card. Now that I look at it, there was a time that we went to the ocean, me and one of my friends. We had this weird wine that we found. It was like red wine. And we were drinking the shit out of it. And for some reason, we shoved a marshmallow in the top of it. And he wore like a cross necklace. And he put the cross across the necklace. And he started waving it in the air. He's like, this is the blood of Christ. And like, we're just sitting there drinking it the whole time. And we're just like, and the drunker we got, we're like, are we really drinking the blood of Christ? Like,
that kind of freaks me out.
Like, but
yeah, like you went to another level of,
yeah.
There's gelatin in there. You're not supposed to insert marshmallows in random places or add random chemicals to them. We do not know the results.
Noted from an expert.
That is our game segment. Do you still have a little bit of time to hang out for a little time?
As long as we don't keep buffering because, Mexico.
Oh no, you've been good for like a good while now.
I turned everything else off. I was like, everything off.
Everything off. Goodbye. So, Ashlyn, what we did is we found a list of 800 terms for the penis. And we've been going over them every episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up a couple more now. Let me see where we left off at last time. I believe we were in the C's.
Can I ask a question?
Okay, so this is where we were last time. So we're going to start off with number 94. We're going to go from 94 to 102. So the first one is, and you let me know if you've heard any of these before. The first one is a Christmas goose. Have you ever heard of a penis considered a Christmas goose?
Happy holidays.
No. Big goose during Christmas, but never called a penis that.
I don't think I would ever consider or want my penis to be called a Christmas goose. Like I don't. Yeah,
no, I was going to ask what is your name of your penis?
I don't think I have one. Like I don't know. Like
seriously, you were a wrestler and you didn't name your penis,
right?
They're like 101. Like I'm impressive, and so is even my vagina has a name.
I don't know. I guess my penis has always just kind of kept my gimmick. Like, I guess like when I'm just regular Ray, my dick is always Chase Rawlings. So, and that's just the whole thing. Like, that's how I'm just always in character.
He's always your alter ego.
Yeah, it's either Chase Rawlings or it's my original gimmick, which was Gold Thumb, which is interesting as well. So
I know it's like the same thing. What do you got?
For me? Oh,
yeah.
I don't really have a name for mine. I call it Sleepy sometimes. Yeah.
I'll talk to your wife about that. We'll see if we can work on that.
Well, yeah. I got to behave with my friend here, so I'll call it Sleepy. So the whole world sees that.
So here's the next one. And the next one, this is pretty common, chub. So I've heard chub before.
Chub, yeah.
And then there's chubby.
Yep.
So chubby. And then Chuck Dickens. Chuck Dickens is the next one. I don't think I've ever heard Chuck Dickens.
No.
That's
well, when it's Sleepy, my wife definitely wants a Chuck Dickens.
This is Chuck Dickens, and he would like to stay alive.
You went the like. I thought it would be like, this is Chuck Dickens. He's a dignified gentleman.
Very
present to you.
My name is Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens.
Kind of like the guy serving the drink earlier. No,
yeah,
Chuck Dickens.
Exactly.
Right.
Chuck Dickens was making the drink earlier.
Chuck Dickens.
Next one is cigar. I'm not sure. Like, that's kind of a weird name. Cigar. Like, my penis is a cigar. Like, I don't know. Like. And then
that story.
No, I've heard of girls doing things with cigars in a penile fashion, but never a penis referred to as a cigar.
Wait, hold on. So you've heard of people do it. So, all right, look. So we're going to take a break from the 800 terms for a penis. So what have you heard with a cigar and the penis? Because now myself and the entire world are all ears of what you have seen or heard with the cigar and the penis.
Girls have used cigars as penises. I mean, if it can penetrate it, you can pretty much make a video of it. And they do. Yeah, but we're not talking presidents.
Right, because we weren't talking presidents, but we came back to a presidential thing again. I don't know.
My mind
it's just following us. But I was going to say, I mean, I know of girls who have dipped them and then guys smoke them with their juices on there. That's considered actually kind of high end, exquisite, especially if she's well flavored.
Really?
So
well, so can they be considered full flavor 100? Like, I guess, is that like right term? Like,
I'm going to market that next time I have to do one.
That is yours. We allow.
I'm going to borrow that.
Like when you said that, I thought it was like one of the things where like she would finish sex, and instead of the man lighting a cigar, she cuts the cigar and she lights it and she puts it in her vagina, and the vagina just starts smoking the cigar.
There are girls who do that. What's with the, oh dear.
And it's Lewinsky. I had to put Lewinsky.
I know. You keep that off the screen, sir. You're not open.
But see,
I love Monica Lewinsky. I do.
So did Bill.
She was an inspiration for all of us. The only branch I haven't had is a president.
Well, I mean, there's vice president. So wow.
Here's the thing, Jeff. When you showed that photo, I couldn't decide whether or not that dress was blue or white. Like that.
Oh my gosh, she's doing the bluegrass.
Fucking thing that happened years ago with the dress of like.
If you look at the shadow, it looks like it could be a stain, right? If you look at the shadow.
So after cigar is cinnamon roll. So I don't know. I think you could consider an ass a cinnamon roll, maybe. Like I don't.
Yeah, I would say a booty is a cinnamon roll first.
Yeah. How would a dick be? I guess like maybe the frosting on top of the cinnamon. Like I don't.
I mean, maybe when it's done, it's frosted and glazed.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like
maybe you're dipping it with cinnamon,
like a cinnamon roll. Like,
are you dipping it in cinnamon? Maybe.
I don't know. I've never seen one that's curved enough to call it a roll. And
that's kind of weird. Like I don't even think you could consider an uncircumcised penis a cinnamon roll. Like
that's more of a turtle.
Yeah, maybe is it like curled in and then you shove cinnamon into it, and then you just kind of like, this is the cinnamon.
That's a burn.
Like, wow, right? So all right, so
something like head itch, dude.
Away from that area in general.
So the next two aren't that great. The next two are clam and classic. Clam. Like I don't like clam is totally like a part. Like I don't.
I thought there was female, not
girl in the boy parts. I feel like they did.
Like what the fuck? So and then the last one is a clit stick. So this is my clit. Like so, clit stick is it's kind of a fun one. Like I don't know. Like it
is until I think of you hitting my clit with a stick, and I don't want that. I mean, I don't mind a little tap with the head here and there, but not like clit stick.
If I ever want to get divorced, I'm going to say to my wife, "It's clit stick time," and I'm sure my shit will be out on the front lawn.
Yeah, she'll be like, "Sleepy is now Charles Dickens."
He's now chopped.
Yeah, he's now chubbed with your clam and take the cinnamon roll with you.
Right.
Jesus. All right. So what we're going to get into another one of our drunken, weird but true news articles. And this one is, I breastfed my husband on a romantic vacation, and it's not what you think. So it says, father knows breast. It is safe to say that a couple's tropical vacation didn't suck, even though the husband spent most of it sucking milk out of his wife's boobs. Mom of four, Janelle McElloon, revealed that she was forced to she was forced to breastfeed her husband, Joshua, during a would-be romantic getaway. So is it a would-be because she was forced to, like, how are you forced to breastfeed another human being?
Well, there's that whole consent thing, but I mean, if she's sleeping, it's your husband, you're sleeping with him, right? He may have just started.
Yeah, during a getaway to Puerto Rico because she forgot her breast pump at home. I'm here to tell you that I had to breastfeed my husband. Janelle, 32, from Boston, admitted in her viral TikTok confessional, which recently amassed more than 188,200 views from hungry-eyed spectators. The chuckling brunette went on to explain that their particular predicament, saying that we were in Puerto Rico.
So disgusting.
I'm breastfeeding, but I forgot to pack my pump. Okay, so it says, so for 4 days, we're in Puerto Rico. Fire, she said. I'm like, Josh, I need you to help me out, and that's what he did. Joshua's Josh could benefit in the long run. Researchers have found that breast milk could aid in the prevention of Crohn's disease, arthritis, autism, and some cancers. Okay, look, I need to milk my wife now, because if that's the case, then
you can just buy it online. It is a fetish. It is out there. You can buy breast milk. It's
seen that.
Whole nother thing.
Do we get to pick the woman?
The pain thing, it wasn't a non-consensual thing. So it's like that makes it a little better. He was like, "Hey, I'll help you out. Nobody wants painful titties." And he got titty play. So like it's a win-win for everyone. She got titty play.
fire. I'm like, so are they on fire like they're burning, or are they on fire like they're on fire? Because that's like warm milk at that point. Like that's like some nice like warm.
It's the pain, like you get a cramp in your leg.
I mean, my boobs hurt.
Right? Like, can we all just touch them a minute?
It says, hold on, plot twist. He unpacked it, joked one digital watcher, suggesting that Joshua had always intended on using his mouth to relieve the pressure in Janelle's lactating chest. Like, he literally got it, like, from the tap. Like, that's the thing. Like, he got it, like, straight from the tap. That was
or you milk her like a cow. And who wants to say I milked my wife like a cow? Like, at that point, let's just put some lips on it and make it erotic.
Yeah. And of course, some of the live stream. So we're looking at some of the live stream. And Jason asked, he said, Ashlyn, will you be at Exotica in New Jersey?
Gotta get there.
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of a move. We're trying to move to Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah. And it's like right at that same like finish up, because that's like the first week in November. So we haven't decided. I am tentative to be at all of them next year.
Nice.
I'm supposed to be educating, so we'll see how that goes.
We will be there November 4th. November 4th, we're doing the Edison one. Everybody said the Edison one is the best one to go to. So
it is. It's the original. It's the OG. There's just don't prepare not to sleep. Shoes, like everybody expects to see us all in like these big tall heels, like we're in tennies, because we are spending a lot of time with you and we're walking around, and there's so much to see. And that's, like I said, the old G. I've never been to New Jersey. I've been to everybody but New Jersey and Chicago.
Okay, cool. Did you go to did you do the DC one?
I did. That was actually my first one a year ago, and it was so
okay. Cool. We were at that one. We were there Saturday. Yeah, so we were kind of walking. It was our first one, so we're kind of getting the vibe down a little bit. Like now we have like a definite plan. Like we're going to go there. We're going to do two things. We're going to do reverse interviews, which reverse interviews are we walk around with an Uno reverse card and we talk to the girls, the guys, but also some of the patrons walking around, and we randomly hand the reverse card at random times to reverse the interviews. And then we also want to do Pornstar confessionals, which we grab one of the girls and we bring somebody over and they tell them like a confessional, their deepest, darkest confession. I absolutely want somebody at Exotica to confess to a murder that they have never confessed to. Like they just sit there and they're just like, Lauren Phillips, you don't understand. I didn't mean to kill that man. And we're just kind of like, wait a minute, what the fuck are you talking about, brother? Like,
and then you're gonna bring all the drama.
No. Yeah, that's a toughie, man. That's a toughie. It's a beautiful thought.
I thought you meant like confessional, like I totally masturbated to you in my mom's bedroom while Christmas dinner was going on. Like that.
Sorry, Mom.
That's
where I thought you were
sorry,
going.
Mom.
There needs to be some sort of darkness to the madness. Like
it was.
But so with
to come back.
With Exotica, I'm going to ask you this now because I've asked a lot of people a lot of questions. How much semen do you think was spilled in those toilets at Exotica? Because I went in to use the men's bathroom, and while I was pissing, the only thing I was thinking of was how many people met their favorite star and they came in here and made this toilet pay. Like
so there's two ways that can go. You either have the guy who can't hold it in and has to go to the bathroom and go, or nothing works. It's like cocaine for penises, right? Either you get all of it and it never comes, or it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Right? So there's that, and everybody's different. You know, you see this person, you built your whole like time about it, and you're like, oh my God, wait, if I was really there, oh my God, nothing.
Yeah.
So it can go either way.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Sleepy. Yeah. That's when Sleepy shines.
That's Sleepy.
Like I'm a gentleman. We kept it together. I didn't poke you with my hands.
Nice to meet you.
So with when you went to Exotica, did you have any strange experiences at Exotica? Because you meet a lot of people. So you meet a lot of unique people, you meet a lot of fun people, you meet a lot of weird people. So I can tell just by the look that you had a strange experience at Exotica. And don't worry, we're all here for it. Me, Jeff, everybody watching at home, we're all here to comfort you in whatever terrible traumatic experience you have had at Exotica.
Come on, bring it in.
Look,
Oh
just
God.
like
Okay. So he thought of one I was not thinking of, and I'm going to give you this one because, yeah. So when I go to events, I usually have my husband with me. He always supports everything I do. It's excellent. Well, we did the whole show and we're walking out and he walks with me, but he usually gives me space. So if somebody wants to approach me, they feel comfortable in a safe manner, right? Well, we're walking out to like end of the night. We thought everybody was gone. Like this dude literally popped out of like nowhere. I swear he just appeared.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, you knew who it was, right?
How's your night? And it's like creepy, dark hallway in the middle of nowhere, Miami. I don't know if you've been to that show, but you go through this like empty abandoned mall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well,
that's kind of awesome.
It's closed at night, but like there's a few shops in there during the day. So we're walking through there and this guy's just kind of talking, oh, you guys are so nice, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, it's great to meet you. Did you want a picture? Here's a card. Like you can follow me here, blah, blah, blah. And he's just not getting the clue. And he literally follows to the point where Sonny was like, we're stopping here because he's not going to see what we drive. He's not going to follow us where we go.
Was he wearing all leather?
And I just come and watch you guys have sex. And I'm like, no.
Well, random. Like, it's like, bro, we just met you. Like,
yeah, I'm like, there are places for that. This is not it.
Yeah, you're not even wearing pineapples. How dare you?
Exactly. Like you're not even in the right circle here, sir. You need to carry on. So it was just so when he scoffed, it was like, and we stood there and waited for dude to like scurry off, and then so he did like 3 laps around the parking lot. So I think he was like when you spin on the bat, so you got dizzy and then took off a direction.
He's just sitting there. He has a pineapple in his hand and he cuts it with a long knife and he bites into it and he's like, can I watch you have sex?
Right. Can I just watch, guys?
For anybody at home, in case you don't know what I'm referring to, a big swinger thing is pineapples. So if you see pineapples, then you know they're swingers. Like that.
Which we are. And like we were in the swinger area. Like the magazine I write for is a swinger magazine. So we are, but like that's not that venue. That venue is very much education, porn stars. Like that was a whole nother, like, he's just there to be there, be supportive. When we go to a
pineapple away,
we check out. We're like ready to like high five. Let's meet you. Let's do things, but not like, I don't want to take the guy from the mall home. Like you're not a puppy. I didn't just find you.
The guy from the mall.
I hope he sees this high school.
He laughed.
So you said that you guys were thinking of 2 different ones. So what was the other one that you had? Were there 2 different ones, or were you guys kind of like thinking of the same one?
No, I didn't think of that one at all. So what was the original question?
The weirdest experiences you had.
Exotica, yes. So I wouldn't call it weird, but just for me, I guess I was the weird one. This is the time I was weird. When I first went, like every time somebody came up to me, and I still do it, I get all like, oh my gosh, somebody knows me, like that excitement of you've taken time to look at my vagina on the internet. Like, yay. Like, I get that like weird reverse fandom kind of thing.
Yeah.
Going on. And so he's like, he always tells me, stop being weird. Just be normal. And I'm like, I don't know. What is normal?
Yeah. Define normal. What is normal at Exotica? Like,
right. Define normal. We just saw a guy with a dog mask going by and another dude in a dress. Like, it's whatever you want it to be. And that's the love of it, is you can be whatever.
Great. Yeah.
But
anybody out there, if you've never been to Exotica or anything like that, go. Even if you're not big into all that, it is one hell of an experience. You'll have a great time. If you can't make it to Edison, if you can't make it to Miami, they have it in DC, they have it in Chicago. It's getting bigger and bigger every single year. We will definitely be there Saturday, November 4th. We'll be hanging out all day long, and then coming home. But so Ashlyn, I'm going to ask you one more thing, and then we're going to let you get ready to get out of here. So let's say you're Exotica. So you do a lot of, your baking and all that stuff. So what happens if somebody walks up with a cupcake and they're like, can you sign this cupcake? Like, are you just blown away, confused at this point? Because I, like me as a wrestler, when I had my Hall of Fame show, I came out in an all black t-shirt. I poured water over my head. It's completely wet. I threw it. Fan picked it up, put on the wet t-shirt, and he's wearing it. And after like doing everything, I'm talking to the fans. He comes over. He's like, can you sign this shirt? And it's the shirt that I was wearing. Mind you, it's black and he has a black Sharpie. And I'm just kind of like, bro, black shirt.
It does back it up.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So someone walks up to you with a cupcake. So are you armed with like one of those like frosting pens or something like that? To like,
I don't have a frosting pen, but we're going to write that down.
Right.
I am that OC person that I have every color. I have metallic. I have extra pictures that I'm like, oh, you don't have here. Let me give you like this. Like, I'm just that prepared kind of person. That's the like just me kind of the way see,
I'm writing it.
I'm writing for me. So so I have not done that yet, but that's a great idea. A lot of times I'll either kiss something because lips will leave a mark, and I just add a picture. I'm like, hey, let me just write this picture out to you. Here you go. Because if they've brought something that I can't make happen, I try to do something. Let's take a picture together with your object. So like I have
the thing you bought, not your object.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, you keep your Charles Dickens to yourself. I'm using that in everything now.
You signed.
You probably signed boobs. Like everybody wants their boobies signed by someone at some point, right? I'm never washing this boob again. That's not possible.
I mean, no disrespect to your husband, but you said you'll go to Exotica. You said if you can't sign something, you'll kiss something. Somebody's going to come up with their Charles Dickens and be like, hey.
I might have walked myself into that, but
kind of, but
I did.
For it, but I
did.
Can you sign Chuck with your frosting marker? Like just right here.
I'm gonna get the icing pen. I'm gonna have to practice.
That would be a cool idea to do, like just like a frosting pen or whatever, and all. And you can sign your name, and then they can eat the frosting of your name, like off their like arm.
That's good.
I was thinking about doing cookies at one point, but then I was like, we came from California, so like there's all these questions of like, is it real cookie? Like, what is it? And I'm like,
oh wow.
Yeah, we're not that person. We're not that people. Or I'm not.
You can have like an a la carte trough of ketchup, mustard, chocolate syrup, frosting, cream. Pick your sauce and lick it off.
You know what? I should actually just sell Ashlyn jars of jelly.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
Like, I'm going to give you guys credit for that when I just literally thought of it. Like, here's your personal penis jar of jelly.
Anything that you gain off of the show is yours. You don't gain a lot. It's mainly just, what the fuck did I just walk into? Like,
right.
But no, like you could sell the jars of jelly. Then that way they can just go out there and just do like the jelly.
Do the dip.
In the park, they can do the dip in the parking lot, or just get like things.
You were worried about the bathrooms for cum.
Yeah, like I mean, imagine that. Like you're sitting there. I'm standing there at the urinal, and I just see Kevin over there, dick deep in a thing of fucking jelly, and I'm like, he must have bought Ashlyn's fucking jelly because
Thanks, Kevin.
I'm not sitting there creeped out like me. I'm a sick bastard. It's just kind of normal. I'm just like, is that Dick's dude? Is that Dick's? That guy's dick in the jelly, and it's just like whatever. Dude has.
You all make it seedless.
Yeah,
for the love of God, please make it seedless.
Oh God, that's orange jelly. I wonder if it's non-pumice jelly. Like it says it's orange. Wait, so
I'll put Chubbs free on there.
Not for sleeping.
You get peanut butter, but you get like, what is it? Like the peanut butter, it has like the little like crumbly.
The crunchies.
The crunchy. Yes.
Funny story. If you are going to put your penis in peanut butter,
now, hold on, let me write this down.
Let me go get it right now.
One, take at least a tablespoon off the top before you do.
Okay.
And two, after you remove the tablespoon, you need to microwave said jelly for about 7 seconds. Anything longer, it starts to turn to mush. Let it cool for a couple seconds. Please do not put your penis in freshly microwaved peanut butter, but you need to loosen it up.
Honey.
The alternative is to leave it outside on a hot day for most of the day, so it's warm. But the chunky is favorable to the smooth.
Wow. Honey, can you scoop the top of the peanut butter?
I wish I would have known this when I was in high school.
Right?
My dad was like, "What the hell are you doing?" "I'm fucking the peanut butter. Leave me alone."
Right. And we see on a pie. Those are so freaking messy. That movie, I was like, I get it. Like, I get it. But there are cleaner alternatives.
So go back to the chunky. Like, what makes the chunky the advantage? Not that I'm taking notes.
Unlike the jelly, where it's like it's chunky in there, but you can't really get the feeling. It's more of a ribbed effect with the peanuts.
How do people think of this? They're so advanced.
No, I just run around I'm like, what could you do with that in the bedroom? Like, that's kind of what happened.
That's her.
I barely know how to spread it. Right, it's true. Right.
Try going to the grocery store with me. It's a freaking nightmare.
No.
I'm like, hey, would you put your peanuts in this? Can we try it?
Yeah. You just look at your husband. You're like, you just look at your husband. You're like, your dick's going in these pickles tonight.
Film videos of you at the market with your husband. That
and he's
is
always like,
gold.
Yeah, he's like, don't lie. You just like it when the ball's going. Because I do love balls. Balls are like to me way better than the penis. Aesthetically, yeah, I'd rather look at a nice set of balls than like a weird penis. To be a turtle, they get shy, they go away. The balls are always there. They go up and down, but they're always there.
Yeah. What if it's a weird penis with a nice set of balls? Like, is that acceptable? Like, or is it just kind of like
define weird penis because they all
Please
have
say
their
yes.
purpose,
Please say yes.
right?
like what if it's like the ugliest penis you've ever seen, but like the most beautiful set of balls you've ever seen? Like,
I don't know how that would work, but like I haven't seen horribly ugly penises. I really haven't. But they all have, like I said, they all have their purpose. You're like, oh, it's got a cute little curve. Let me take it from the left. Right? Like,
this can scoop. This is good for scooping the banana pudding out. Scoop it right out of here. I cannot wait for parts of this segment to be made into a Super Pod Friends skit with the Super Friends on the Planet X network, because that's going to be absolutely amazing. Ashlyn, we need to get ready to wrap up here on YouTube Live, of course, right here on the Planet X network on Roku and Fire TV. Where can everybody find you? If they want to find your jelly or your peanut butter or your cupcakes, you know, your recipes and your drinks and all that stuff, where can everybody find that at?
So for me, I always tell people, go to my website, ashlynsparks.com, because unfortunately, social media, like you've experienced, will eat you on a Tuesday out of nowhere. But my website's my own. It will have all the up-to-date links that you need, whether you want vanilla, reading, just keep up with my blog, which kind of goes all over the board. But ashlynsparks.com is the best place.
Awesome. Ashlyn, we thank you so much for coming on our random what the fuck of a podcast that just ends up wherever it goes. We're going to get ready to wrap up here. Would you be able to hang out for a minute when we conclude to do a plug for us? Awesome. So what we're going to do is, of course, the next time you'll be able to see us is, of course, this next weekend we will not be having an episode. We will be back 1 week from tonight, next Monday. I am a huge Orioles fan, as the ending of the Orioles season, so I will be at both of those games next weekend. So we will be back right here on YouTube Live, Planet X Network, Roku, Fire TV, and we are starting our Halloween fiasco. All Halloween themed episodes. Smash or Dash returns with 15 of the most grotesque horror movie villains you will ever see in your life. Of course, Urban Legends, that returns like we did last year. So it's going to be all kinds of fun. Vividly Vixen will be joining us next Monday. And then next Friday, October 6th, Crystal Rush and Caitlin Bell will be joining us both at the same time. So they will be right here on the show as well. So make sure, subscribe here on YouTube. Make sure you tune in right here on Planet X, Roku, Fire TV, all that stuff. We appreciate each and every one of you. For Jeff and, of course, for Ashlyn, I am Ray. This is the Happy Hour Podcast. We will see you guys next time.
Yeah, now.
All right. So there we go. So that's done there. And let me just hit done on here. And